The internet loves a good cleanup video. There's something oddly satisfying about watching years of dirt disappear in just a few minutes, and creators know it. From pressure washing sidewalks to restoring abandoned homes, transformation content racks up millions of views every single day. But what happens when those transformations come at a cost? In recent years, one creator known as the Clean Girl has exploded in popularity by posting videos of herself cleaning neglected gravestones. To many viewers, she's preserving forgotten memorials and showing respect to the dead. Her videos regularly attract millions of views, but not everyone sees it that way. Historians, cemetery preservation advocates, and many viewers have raised serious concerns about the methods she uses. Critics argue that some of her cleaning techniques could permanently damage historic gravestones, question whether she always has permission to clean them, and accuse her of leaning into outrage and emotionally charged storytelling to keep viewers engaged. We mean her content is generally really weird.
So I'm gonna clean it today, for free.
I'm at the graveyard at night.
Come with me to clean a grave while pregnant. I wonder who's buried here, and how long do you think this grave has been here? About this.
I have to hurry. They're on to me.
I cannot get arrested, not again.
I'm surrounded by blood. This target's too big for me to clean by
Let's clean a random grave for free. What is this bush hiding? It looks dead.
Don't worry, Mr. Bear. We'll save you. I wonder who put this here.
I'm actually cleaning graves at night because I'm friends with Sam, the graveyard man. He has the cleanest heart. Sam said the graveyard doesn't have enough workers. The graves get dirty faster than they can clean them. So I decided to surprise Sam when he gets to work in the morning.
So is the Clean Girl genuinely helping preserve history, or is she turning cemeteries into another form of viral content? Let's take a closer look at the controversy. So for those of you who don't know who the Clean Girl is, here's a little background. She first started gaining serious attention in 2023, although her YouTube channel was actually created back in August 10th, 2015. It wasn't until September 5th, 2023 that she uploaded her first video, followed by her first TikTok just 2 days later. This video currently has over 23 million views on YouTube. Her earliest content had nothing to do with cemeteries. Instead, she filmed herself cleaning public spaces, including a McDonald's bathroom for free, along with random bathroom cleanups and giveaways, all while presenting herself as an upbeat, positive person who simply wanted to make the world a little cleaner.
I'm gonna turn this McDonald's bathroom into a 5-star experience. I went out and bought a luxury rug, hand towels, and mints for the customers.
To dry your hands, nice mint base with some flowers.
Now let's hear from the customers.
Everything's clean. I like it.
How are the mints?
Good.
Muy bien?
Estoy bien.
Perfecto. Wait, I need a mint. Thank you.
However, some of her videos were clearly for shock value.
I'm gonna clean this McDonald's bathroom using only McDonald's menu items.
Coke. This is supposed to clean toilets. Just sit here and wait. No dustpan? No problem. Chicken nugget as a sponge. The French fry, a grout cleaner. Might be a lost cause.
There are also a bunch of gross bathroom cleaning videos on her channel. And let's not forget one of her most popular videos where they cleaned a grave overnight at the cemetery, saying absolutely weird stuff and wondering if the deceased liked cupcakes.
I'm at the graveyard at night.
Cleaning this abandoned grave for free. I have so many questions in my head. What happened? How did this grave get so dirty? Who's buried here? Her name's Bienvenida.
Wow, her name means welcome in Espanol.
Wait a minute. Her grave should be welcoming too. But right now, this is the dirtiest grave I've ever seen. That's so unfair. Everyone deserves a beautiful resting place. Bienvenida died on July 23rd, 1980. Her star sign is Aries.
My best friend is an Aries.
I wonder what Bienvenida's life was like. Does she like chocolate cupcakes? What killed her? This transformation is a lot of work. I might be here all night, but it's so fun.
Ooh, a little bug.
Thank you to everyone who supports and follows.
Today, she's amassed over 20.6 million subscribers on YouTube and more than 5.9 million followers on TikTok, turning what started as simple cleaning videos into a massive online brand. And that brand has become incredibly successful. She now has her own line of toys available at retailers like Target and Walmart, as well as a growing collection of cleaning products that frequently appear in her videos. If you've watched her content before, you've probably noticed the bright pink foaming cleaner she uses on almost everything. For a long time, viewers could only see it in her videos and couldn't actually buy it, but that eventually changed. She has since launched her own cleaning products through her website and other online marketplaces, including Amazon, making them a central part of her business. On the surface, the Clean Girl has built an image around kindness, generosity, and doing good deeds for strangers. That's the persona millions of people have come to know, distributing 100 free burgers, cleaning up trash from the roads.
Thousands of people walk past this trash every single day. Today, I'm gonna do something about it. But I quickly realized I had a big problem.
There is a lot of trash. I'm gonna need some help with this one.
These were some of her old videos, but as her audience grew, so did the criticism. Over time, viewers, cemetery preservation advocates, and other creators began questioning whether her content was as wholesome as it appeared. From the products she uses to the way her videos are presented, many have argued that there's much more to the story than meets the eye.
They died. And then she'll go like, wow, they were so old. Or wow, I didn't do any research on this because I don't actually care about what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to sell you my cleaning product. And I'm exploiting someone's loved one to do so. Right, which brings me to my second point. All these videos are literally just ads for her trying to sell her pink cleaning product.
For the record, the issue here isn't grave cleaning itself. There are actually several creators and professionals online who focus on cemetery restoration and gravestone care. These include cemetery volunteers, historic preservation enthusiasts, and members of organizations like the Association for Gravestone Studies, who document and educate people on how to properly preserve headstones without causing damage. The difference isn't the content idea, it's the approach. On one side, you have people who treat gravestone preservation like what it actually is, careful conservation work. They understand that many of these stones are decades or even centuries old. That means using the wrong product, the wrong brush, or even too much pressure can permanently damage inscriptions that can never be replaced. Their content often focuses on education, what materials are safe, when not to clean, and how to respect cemetery guidelines and family permissions.
So when I'm cleaning the headstone, what I do first is I get it wet and then I give it a bath. And I use this soap. It's called Orbis. And then we're going to rinse it off.
On the other side is the Clean Girl style of content. Her videos feel less like preservation work and more like high-speed transformation content designed for retention, quick cuts, dramatic before and afters, and visually intense cleaning moments that are built to grab attention in the first few seconds.
There's an abandoned grave in here.
I'm gonna clean it today for free. I have no idea who's buried here. Oh my gosh, you guys, this grave is huge. I knew this would be hard to clean, but this is crazy. I just keep uncovering more and more. Any questions? How old is this grave?
It looks like it's been here for 500 years.
How did this grave get so dirty? Look, there's a tree growing out of it.
I love plants.
This transformation is extremely hard for me, but I believe everyone deserves a beautiful grave.
So when you place them side by side, the contrast becomes pretty clear. Now here's where things start getting messy, and we're not talking about the dirt on the gravestones. The biggest criticism surrounding the Clean Girl isn't that she cleans graves, it's how she does it. For starters, one of the questions viewers ask over and over again is, did she actually get permission? In many of her videos, she walks into cemeteries, picks a gravestone, and starts cleaning. But she rarely, if ever, shows proof that she received permission from the cemetery, the caretakers, or the family of the deceased. Whether permission was obtained isn't always clear, and that lack of transparency has made a lot of people uncomfortable. However, in one of her videos, she did mention that she cleaned her friend's grandfather's grave. But people were not exactly sure if this was real or staged, because for some reason, she didn't even know her friend's grandfather's name.
This is my friend's grandpa's grave. I don't know his name yet. Let's find out who he is. Okay, I think we need to start cleaning.
I have so many questions about my friend's grandpa. Like, what was his name? What did he love to do? I cannot wait to make his grave clean, so his memory can shine with it.
Do you think Jesus liked the color pink?
Then there are the titles and thumbnails. Let's take this very video for example. She said that she was cleaning her friend's grandfather's grave, but she titled the video, "I spent 24 hours cleaning an abandoned grave." If you've ever seen one of her videos, you know exactly what we're talking about. They're designed to make you think you've just stumbled across the saddest, most neglected grave imaginable. It's classic rage bait and emotional bait rolled into one. The dirtier the before looks, the more satisfying the after looks, and the more likely people are to click, comment, and argue. I mean, she keeps exaggerating how dirty and unkempt the graves look.
Forgotten. That's why when I see a dirty grave, I have to clean it.
There's on her grave. They were so dirty and sad looking.
What happened? How did this grave get so dirty? Who's buried here?
Critics have also accused her of exaggerating just how neglected these graves really are. A gravestone covered in leaves after a storm or stained from years of natural weathering can easily be framed as something that's been abandoned for decades. It's a much more dramatic story, even if reality is a little less cinematic. And here's the thing. The criticism aimed at the clean girl is that preservation doesn't always seem to be the priority. Instead, many viewers believe the priority is creating the most viral transformation possible, which brings us to another point that's hard to ignore. Watch enough of her videos and you'll start noticing the same products appearing again, and again, and again. That bright pink foam, the sprays, the brushes, they've become part of her signature style. And now that she sells many of her own cleaning products, every viral cleanup doubles as a product demonstration. A dramatic transformation gets millions of views. Millions of views create demand, and demand sells cleaning products.
What's my product called? You guys, it is called Clean Girl Magic Foam. If you go onto Amazon, just type in Clean Girl, okay? It should be like the first thing that pops up.
Now, to be clear, selling your own products isn't inherently wrong. Plenty of creators do it. The issue is whether the graves are becoming less about honoring the people buried there and more about creating the perfect before and after advertisement. Because when your business depends on making things look as filthy as possible, people are naturally going to question where cleaning ends and marketing begins. And trust us when we say that she uses extreme ways to market her cleaning products. For instance, using an entire fresh dug out of a grave skeleton prop.
We're gonna pull every little dirty skeleton out of the closet. Ah! Why are you so dirty?
Or saying that her cleaner can even be used on blood.
Cleaning over 2,000 houses, I've used every product on the market, on every kind of surface, stain, even blood.
However, there's something even more concerning about her marketing strategy. And before we get into the deeper controversies, it's worth breaking down why so many people already have issues with her content style alone. First, if you look at public guidance from institutions like the National Park Service and Cemetery Preservation Resources, there are very clear recommendations when it comes to gravestone care. Most guidelines strongly discourage the use of power washing, harsh scrubbing, or aggressive mechanical cleaning on old or fragile stone. Instead, the standard approach is slow, gentle cleaning, usually with water, soft brushes, and non-damaging materials. But the Clean Girls videos often appear to go in the opposite direction.
Oh, what kind of mold is this? I hope it's safe to breathe.
In several clips, she uses high-pressure or heavy-duty cleaning tools on gravestones that appear weathered or aged. In addition, viewers have pointed out the use of stiff brushes and intensive scrubbing techniques that, according to preservation guidelines, could potentially risk damaging delicate stone surfaces over time. We mean, just look at this hideous toothbrush prop that she keeps using everywhere.
Be remembered. I can't wait to see how beautiful this looks when I'm done. Oh, I love plants.
What does RIP even mean?
I have so many questions. How long has this grave been here? What will it look like when it's clean? And who's buried here? These are supposed to be flower pots.
Now, supporters might say it's just for visual impact, but that's exactly where the concern begins for many viewers, because this isn't just about technique, it's also about presentation. Just scroll through her channel and you'll see something really odd. In comparison to other adults in the same field, her channel looks so different. Bright colors, neon lights, flashy thumbnails, fast-paced content. Her content doesn't look like it's centered around cleaning graves. it looks like it's for kids. Be it her toys, her colorful videos, or the pink foamy cleaner, everything is tailored to children, and a good portion of her audience is also children, which is very concerning for obvious reasons. But this isn't all. She consistently uses shocking elements in her videos to make everything sound sinister or terrifying. For instance, she would keep saying that if it were up to her, she would want to stay in the cemetery forever.
Proud. This is so satisfying. I wish I could live in the graveyard.
But this is still nothing, because the most disturbing thing we found was this.
A baby was buried here. I wonder who's buried here. This is a baby's grave.
Baby was buried here. I'm gonna clean her teddy bears.
Now, we don't really know what to say about this, but to use the mention of babies' graves, which is a very sensitive topic, for clickbait and making it into some sort of shock factor is not okay. It's disturbing, especially considering the fact that she literally caters to a younger audience, and she has a baby of her own. Although we're not sure if she really cares about this. We know that's harsh, but she would constantly post this baby. And we're not saying that it's entirely wrong, it's the parent's choice at the end of the day. But putting your baby on the countertop of your kitchen, that's questionable. She uploaded this video talking about the baby waking up, but the baby was just there, plopped on the counter with no support. And why is that? We'd honestly never understand.
Oh, don't wake the baby.
I need a squeegee.
Now, regardless, we're not here to get into her parenting style, but we do want to talk about her cleaning methods some more. There are some videos of her that went really viral, where she removed real flowers from someone's grave and replaced them with fake ones.
Deserves a beautiful grave.
Okay, so I did some research.
A woman is buried here, and she has 2 brothers, just like me. I need to make her family proud. This is so satisfying. I wish I could live in the graveyard.
People were really upset about this, and some even pointed out in the comments that she literally focused her camera on the flowers for an extended moment, almost as if she wanted viewers to clearly notice exactly what she was doing. And let's not forget, you're also taking away someone else's memories. Cleaning the grave is one thing, but replacing the flowers that a family personally left there is a completely different story. And this is honestly not the only time she's done things like this. She frequently picks up items from people's graves like stuffed toys, flowers, and personal tributes left by loved ones. In some cases, she even washes these stuffed toys and places them back again as part of the after transformation.
What do these stuffed animals really look like? Why are there so many of them? Can I finish before the cemetery closes?
Now this, on the surface, might not sound completely horrible, but a lot of viewers are uncomfortable with it. Because the real question is, why are we picking up things that other people intentionally left behind for someone they lost? Cleaning dust off a grave with a brush is one thing, that's maintenance. But removing personal items in an attempt to make everything look brand new crosses into something else entirely. It stops being about care and starts becoming about altering someone else's space and memories. And the worst part's yet to come, because in many instances, she's also been seen straight up painting graves. Yeah, you heard that right.
There's 8 teddy bears on her grave. They were so dirty and sad looking. I thought of her mother, placing each one down in honor of her daughter. I couldn't put these bears back as they were, so I hand washed each of them.
In one video, she even paints a headstone with a close-up shot, almost presenting it as if this is completely normal practice and something she has full authority to do.
Okay, I did some research.
He's peeling.
Feliciana never got to meet her grandkids, but now they can visit her.
Now, maybe you can argue intention here, but the reaction from viewers has been extremely strong, because these are not ancient or forgotten ruins in every case. Many of these graves belong to people whose families may still be alive, people who might still visit, still grieve, and still expect the resting place of their loved ones to remain exactly as it is, only to potentially come back and find it visually changed or altered by someone online for content. And that's where the frustration comes in for a lot of people. It feels less like preservation and more like redesigning someone else's memorial with without permission, which is why many viewers find it not just controversial, but genuinely disrespectful to the memory of the deceased and their families. And this is ultimately the point where her content started getting serious backlash. Over time, multiple creators and commentary channels have started covering her videos, pointing out what they see as repeated patterns in her approach and raising questions about her methods and motivations. Now, that being said, another major part of her content, and one of the biggest sources of criticism, is her so-called cleaning products, which she promotes heavily throughout her videos. For reference, if you go to her website, you'll find the products she uses on repeat in her content. The most recognizable one is this pink foaming cleaner. Now, according to the product description and ingredients listed, one thing that stands out is the pH level, which is stated to be around 10. Now, here's a little science class. To quickly explain this in simple terms, pH is a scale that measures how acidic or alkaline a substance is. A pH of 7 is considered neutral. Anything below 7 is acidic, and anything above 7 is alkaline. Most gravestone conservation guides, including the National Park Service, recommend using neutral or very mild cleaning solutions, because many headstones, especially older ones, are made from materials like limestone or marble, which can be sensitive to strong chemicals. So when you move into more alkaline or harsher cleaning solutions, there is a concern that over time it can contribute to surface erosion, fading of inscriptions, or long-term damage to the stone. Now, to be clear, this is not about claiming expertise, but even a basic understanding of surface chemistry and publicly available guidance from cemetery preservation resources suggests that harsh cleaning agents are generally avoided in gravestone maintenance. And this is exactly what a lot of people online have been pointing out. Because after these concerns were raised, she did respond in one of her videos, but her explanation only made things more confusing rather than clearer.
Some people think I'm haunted by ghosts when I go to the graveyard, but the truth is, I'm only haunted by your comments. I think it's finally time that I address the claims that magic foam hurts graves. Is it safe to use magic foam on graves? To put the nail in the coffin, the answer is yes, as long as the stone is sealed. Magic foam will not stain or erode those surfaces, but if you want to be extra safe, just rinse it off. The biggest danger to those graves is actually plants, not partially plant-based foam. Magic foam is still more expensive than most name brand products.
In this clip, she repeatedly emphasizes that the product is safe for sealed surfaces and sealed stone. Now, if you're not familiar with that term, a sealed surface basically refers to stone that's been treated with a protective coating to prevent absorption of liquids. In theory, that coating acts as a barrier between the cleaning product and the stone itself. And while that may sound reassuring, the issue raised by critics is that most gravestones are not consistently sealed, and sealing itself is not always recommended in traditional cemetery conservation practices, especially on older monuments. On top of that, even on our own product listings, such as on Amazon or our website, it's repeatedly mentioned that the cleaner is intended for sealed surfaces, sealed countertops, and similar materials. However, when you look at the actual locations shown on our videos, many of the gravestones don't appear to be sealed at all. For instance, this one, and this one, or literally any one of the graves she's cleaned using this product. And that's where the concern comes in. Because if a product is designed for sealed surfaces but is being applied in real-world situations where sealing is unclear or unlikely, then viewers start questioning whether the usage is actually appropriate for the material being cleaned. And this doesn't stop at cleaning products. Her brand has also expanded into other areas, including children's toys, clothes, and mystery cleaning kits. And that raises a broader question people keep asking. What's the connection between grave cleaning content and a growing lifestyle or merchandise brand aimed at children? Now, some viewers see it as a simple brand extension. Others see it as a mismatch between subject matter and marketing strategy. Not to mention that she also posted highly dramatic personal content at times, including the classic family vlogger stunt in a video where her water apparently broke.
Oh my god, I think my water just broke. Oh my god. Are you okay? Okay, baby bag, bottles. The cat. Okay. That was a contraction. Take me to the hospital.
Am I going to make it?
Okay, breathe. Breathe.
Okay. Move! My baby wants to come out! Oh, I'm not gonna make it!
We're at the hospital. We can do this.
We did it! Say hi to the world.
This was obviously so staged, and she does this kind of content all the time. And even if we ignore her product formulations, she's been using harmful products on graves for a long time, even before her own brand was launched. In this video, you can see that she's using a Zepp cleaning spray on a grave, which is a very strong industrial cleaner, not at all recommended for graves and headstones. But there's still so much more to cover about her. There's this one video where she claims she's cleaning an abandoned grave for free, which by this point has basically become her tagline. And if you look at the thumbnail, she's holding a Scrub Daddy sponge in her hand. Yes, some of her videos have actually been sponsored by Scrub Daddy, so it's hard not to notice the product placement. Now, while we think her overnight cemetery video is probably the most controversial one, this video comes in as a very close second, because, well, just look at it.
I just found a grave in the middle of the forest.
So I'm gonna clean it today, for free.
I have no idea who's buried here.
At one point, we genuinely didn't know if she was ever going to stop digging around that grave. She just kept going and going and going. And even the commenters expressed their concern. However, this next part of the video deals with something a lot more sensitive. Many people online have accused her of making fetish content. We mean, these are the type of comments that she's getting on her videos. However, before we get into all that, we want to tell you guys an interesting fact we found about her. Her real name is Stacy Habecker, and if you do a quick Google search, you'll find plenty of old photos of her bodybuilding. Before becoming the clean girl, she was actually a bodybuilder and also owned a cleaning company called Made a Mess. So yeah, she was definitely a professional cleaner at one point. But somewhere along the way, her content shifted from straightforward cleaning videos to what many people describe as rage bait content, complete with an exaggerated baby voice.
Bad news, this foam is impossible to clean. But good news, pretty colors.
Now, with that being said, we want you to look at some of the content she's put out and make up your own mind about whether you think it crosses a line. We already know about the cute pink tank top aesthetic, the childlike persona she maintains, and the way she speaks in many of her videos. There are constant gasps, exaggerated reactions, and questions that often come across as intentionally naive or overly childish.
Dorita drops into mud.
A mango fell out of the tree and scared me. All right.
What does RIP even mean?
But let's ignore all of that for just a second. While presenting herself in this overly innocent way, there are also moments where she asks questions or uses phrases that many viewers have found strange or inappropriate in context.
Oops, sorry. Oh no! How long can you last?
Okay, what was that?
There's actually a YouTube creator, Hannah the Horrible, who dedicated an entire section of one of her videos to breaking down these patterns. She points out how the clean girl repeatedly uses certain themes and phrases throughout her content. For example, she repeatedly says things like, "the dirtier the better," or "I like it messy."
That's okay. I like it dirty.
How did you get so dirty?
My friend's a little messy.
I don't know what he does in here.
The dirtier the better, if you ask me.
Oh.
Why were you abandoned in a toilet? Follow me and let's find out.
I think it's a snake. I love snakes.
This is so bad. I think I lost a tooth. $500 toothbrush.
It's so dirty.
I think I need something even bigger.
My friend's a little messy.
Go, go, go! Yes! I did it! Yes! Yay! Mustard. Mud.
Oh no. Oh, that doesn't look good.
Doritos. Come on, give me something crazy.
The giant toothbrush.
What's this? Slime?
Don't ask questions.
Then there are the exaggerated noises and reactions she makes throughout her videos. In one clip, she even handcuffs a stuffed toy while cleaning it.
Can it clean?
Hang on, girl.
Let's clean this dirty hole. Let's dry you off. Get down in there. Stop moving. Now you can't go anywhere.
You're dirtier than my uncle. Clean it and find out.
It's like Christmas.
Now, to be clear, nothing's been proven, and we're not claiming it has. But when you look at all these clips together, the repeated wording, the presentation, the acting style, and the recurring themes, you can understand why some people on live believe the content could be interpreted that way. There are also videos like the one where she tapes herself to a wall.
Subscribe.
Like, we understand this sort of videos. How many tapes would it take to hold my weight? But we don't really understand why she needs to put the tape over her mouth and act like she's being kidnapped. Or this video where she's cleaning a random person's car and I'll just look at the thumbnail. And then there's some of her cemetery videos, which some viewers have also interpreted to be catering to some really degenerate fetishes. Whether you agree with those interpretations or not is entirely up to you. We're simply showing you the clips that have led to these discussions online and letting you decide what you think. Now, with all that being said, do we think the clean girl is the worst person on the internet? No. But we do think there are far too many issues surrounding her content to simply ignore. From the way she markets her cleaning products, to the questions surrounding whether those products should be used on gravestones in the first place, to replacing items that families intentionally left behind, to the constant rage bait titles and dramatic storytelling, there seems to be a recurring pattern that has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And in our opinion, that's what makes all of this so problematic. She presents herself as this bubbly, wholesome, cheerful creator who is simply doing good deeds for free. But when you start looking a little closer, that image doesn't always seem to match the controversies surrounding her content. At the end of the day, that's just our opinion based on the content we've seen. But now I'd love to hear yours. What do you think about the clean girl? Do you think the criticism is justified? Or do you think people are being too harsh on her? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.